We are motherfucking back.
And women.
And women, you too. Ladies is pimps too. Go on, brush your shoulders off. Welcome back to the pod, Reezy. How you feel?
I feel good, man. I'm glad to be back.
What's
I'm
today's
excited
date?
to be back. Today is
March 6th.
Yeah, March 6th.
3/6/23.
Yeah.
Hey, you know numbers and shit. What that mean?
I don't know what that
Because
means.
a 3
at
and
all.
a 6 and a 2-3 equals 6. You know what I'm saying?
3 and a 6. That's 9. And a 2, 3. Nigga, what?
Are you adding?
Yeah.
2 times 3 is 6, my nigga.
That makes sense.
And 3, 6, and 2 times 3, as in 23.
Yeah, man. Let's
Whatever,
just start
man.
the
You
pod.
just
I don't
this
know what
up,
the fuck
man.
you talking about.
Point is, I was just trying to get into some numerology shit, and you just couldn't even let me go there, which couldn't
for
let
sure.
me lead. I could lead with the water, but I can't make them drink.
By the way, let me say this. It's going to be a lot less cursing in this. Thanks
Oh,
to YouTube.
God.
Let me just say that on camera right now. I don't even want to have a conversation. Just less cursing. Let's get it.
I feel like we gonna curse equally as much, and you're just gonna have to work harder to edit it out.
Hey, man, let's get it.
But what the fuck? What was I saying? Yeah, first pod of the new year, and it's March 3rd, March 6th. I personally am ashamed. I ain't gonna lie to you. We took a break, but a lot of stuff be going on. I told you I got in the car accident. I had no car. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's also felt time like to take a break, reevaluate, reassess.
See how we could come back and attack the game. So now we just want to let y'all know we come with more specific content.
More specific content.
You know what I mean? When y'all see our content, you going to know what it's about. It's not going to be all over the place. A little bit more targeted, a little bit more zeroed in for y'all, and that's how we coming.
But, of course, we still going to ramble and do whatever we want to do because it's my thoughts and my faults. That's why we named the podcast My Thoughts, My Faults. Did we do that? Yes, we did. We did do that with intention. But we glad to be back, and we glad to have y'all watching.
Absolutely.
And if you watching, smash that like button.
Shut up.
And smash that like button. I got to get used to the sounds again. What we
I
said?
know, I'm like, you plus the wrong sound. He back fresh.
We ain't got nothing to say that will be good for.
Get me paid.
There we go.
That's
the best one.
That's what I was expecting to hear. You feel me?
My bad.
Get me paid.
Get us paid.
All right, for sure.
B word.
Enough of the
Smash
rambling.
that like button.
Enough of that
Subscribe.
rambling.
Tell your friends.
Let's get into the game.
Start us off.
Locking us in. You know what's the hottest thing in the world right now?
What?
So basically, the whole world is talking about that one man,
Which one?
Chris Rock himself.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock himself.
Chris Rock. Welcome back to Stand Up.
Welcome
Netflix
back.
special.
Welcome Rock
Did
back.
you look up the numbers on that already?
I have not looked up the numbers. Netflix don't release numbers, so we
'Cause
never know how
I was watching
successful
with a young
anything
lady, and she was like, "He ain't that rich," because he was talking about his brothers being a truck drivers. Remember that part?
is. Yeah.
Did that sound crazy to you?
Nah, they got to make their own way.
Really?
Come on now. Yeah, bro.
Hell no.
Nah,
If I'm Chris Rock and I made that much money, my people are not driving trucks. Period.
You tweaking,
They might
bro.
have a truck in business, but they not
If I
driving
got
trucks.
multiple brothers, I'm just not finna be expecting for my brother to supply my lifestyle. Like, I might work with my brother, but maybe Chris Rock brother own a trucking company. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was hoping, but
maybe
they
it's
said
something like
truck
that.
drivers.
Maybe he owns a trucking
And
company
still driving?
and he drive trucks.
Just because we bored. I feel that.
Just because that's his life. Like, maybe everybody don't want to live off their family. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
And Rock probably come through and help him when he need to, break him off type. You know what I'm
but at
saying?
the same time, it still caught me off guard. I'm like, man, what? But point what me saying it was, she didn't think that he was very rich. I'm like, nah, he's rich as hell.
Nah, he over rich. He
He's
got
over rich.
$40 million for just those two Netflix.
That's what I was saying. Did you run the numbers for that? Not like the views.
Oh,
but
yeah,
the
no,
numbers.
he got $40 million.
40 million. That's
So he-
that's my brothers never have to work again money if they so choose.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yes
Rock
or no?
probably already has $40 million. Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So it's like, I mean,
But this for like 2 nights of work.
it might just be like,
Plus they're on like a mega tour. And him and Dave doing a tour right now, right?
it might just be like, I got $40 million, I'm gonna pay your house off or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll buy you a new car.
Even worst case
stuff.
scenario, I give you $1 million apiece.
I think everybody deal with their family different. How would you deal with your family if you the breadwinner, you got 5, 6 brothers, you're not trying to support everybody's lifestyle. That shit get heavy on you, bro.
I feel like I would talk to I got a money man. I got a couple money men in the family. And they the smartest, and they very get very good hearts.
Well, it's a black family. Anybody that got the most money is considered the main person. You know what I'm saying?
The main person, but not always the smartest. Not always
the smartest, but
and
usually,
they always don't have the best heart.
but they call the shots.
They call the shots, yes. So in this case, Angie, she went to Northwestern and shit for a fucking accounting.
Okay.
So she's a math, that person type
Okay.
thing. So I would have to trust her not to take advantage of me, which I know she wouldn't because she raised me from a baby type shit.
Right.
So she would be my money man. I will go over her what I should do, but for the most part, I would use the money to one benefit the family where they could be self-sufficient, where I don't have to pay for everything.
But I know you're Angie. So maybe what if it comes to situations where she wants to supply for certain people that she supports more over people that she doesn't like in your family? You know what I'm saying? People that she's not as close with. Because that may happen. So she could advise you
if anything, yeah, she's closer to more people than I am, but at the same time, the people that she's close to, I would feel like would be good people to,
All right.
But okay, so like with
I'm
this,
just saying it would be some discrepancies in there that come in. So you saying you would pass that responsibility off to somebody completely. You wouldn't want to be
I would go over with her for sure. Like she would be who
Right.
I would trust in the family without having to look to outside lawyers. Because I
Exactly,
feel like
okay.
she's smart enough to know what I can afford or what I can't afford.
I thought about the same type of situation with my mom. Like I might just give her a certain amount of money and let her siphon that off.
Your
to
mom
other
worked
people.
at the bank, so I feel like
You
she
know
would
what
be
I'm saying?
the responsible person with that.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying.
And they're both Leos. They actually have the same birthday. That's crazy.
nice, that's
well,
nice.
no, your mom's the 20th, hers the 21st. So they're very close in.
So you just saying so we basically saying we don't want that responsibility on ourselves to be the person that has.
Oh, but
to,
at the same time, I tell people to get bent quickly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like I'm gonna be over generous with myself to where where it still makes sense for me.
No,
you know
for
what I'm
sure,
saying?
for sure.
Like I said, I want a family business where everybody eats all the time. Basically, not having to do with nothing. And they can all have their own little personal passions or whatever.
Yeah. I think the family business is probably the best thing because
But people do different things though.
I see
And they need money for different stuff.
So that's my thing. So you wouldn't be able to just come to me with ideas for businesses. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm going to create.
Unless it's good.
I would create a business.
There's a couple people that can come to me with some ideas for business.
Maybe a couple people in my family, but the main thing would be you probably would have to work at the business that I create, and then you
That
probably
don't fit everybody.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be some problems.
So look, how about this? I got a cousin that do like hair and nails and stuff.
Right.
The family business is not gonna be revolved around hair and nails. You
Right.
dig? But she's already making a good living off of that, doing that.
I mean, that
herself.
sounds like somebody that got a good plan. It's
Alrighty,
solid.
right.
So that's my other thing. If you don't want to work in that family business, then you damn near have to have proved something in the field that you want to come holler at me about. Like, don't come to me with some wet behind the ear ass plan. You know what I'm saying? You haven't done nothing.
What does that mean?
It just
That
means
just sound like a dog or a baby.
yeah, like
Wet behind the ears. What does that mean, Ken?
it's just like immature.
Yeah, it means you know nothing. You're green.
know,
I get
yeah.
that, but what does that come
Where
from?
does that come from? Right?
What is wet behind it? We need to get to the bottom of these old
Exactly.
sayings.
Some of these
There's a whole
old
bunch
sayings.
of crazy sayings.
It just be passed down from generation.
You know what's
to
a crazy
generation.
saying to me that like motherfuckers have been getting away with for my entire life? Indian giver.
I get that.
I get it, but did you get it when you first heard it?
Never. I never understood it until I got older.
Like
and I
that
was
is like
okay.
a super racist.
It's extremely racist.
It's hilarious. It's
It's
crazy
very funny. I mean,
because the white people had the audacity to call it an Indian giver to
Yeah,
make that up,
to make it up.
knowing what they did to get this country.
Yeah.
But yeah, my thoughts, my faults, baby. We are back and we are diving deep into everything.
You know what it is?
We wasn't even supposed to talk about this. What
And,
are we talking
we got into
about?
Chris Rock and started becoming comedians
Chris Rock,
ourselves.
exactly.
All right, so back to Chris Rock. So let me just talk about something I seen earlier. I actually talked with my girlfriend about this a little bit. She fell, I would say about 50% in the middle with this. So Chris Rock was basically getting slandered online for the jokes he made about Meghan Markle and the jokes
I didn't hear nothing about the Meghan
the
Markle
jokes he
thing.
said about Jada Pinkett Smith. I seen a lot of
That part was boring to me. That's probably the worst part of the stand-up.
The Will and Jada part?
No, the Meghan Markle part.
That was hilarious. To
I
me.
hated that.
I thought that was funny. What did you think was funny
the
about
part that I thought what it got me back into it was like having a white woman try to get along with her black in-laws, and I thought that was hilarious because I instantly thought about black women being like this white bitch. Like that's the first thing that came in my mind.
I mean, to me, he was just talking about. He was saying a lot of obvious things.
Yeah, like the whole
But it's stuff
how
that people
brown the
wouldn't
baby
say.
was didn't bother me. None
That
of
was
stuff.
funny. That stuff
It wasn't
was
funny
like-
to me.
That
It was
funny.
regular. But
I like when
I
people
do look at it as from a comedian too.
I
If
like
I can
when
predict the jokes, I don't really,
I like when people just draw those observations, those clear observations that the world don't be thinking about. Like, yo, bro, this is something that everybody talks about. Why are we making a big deal about this?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I thought that was hilarious. And then also the Jada Pinkett Smith part, I thought he addressed it how he should have addressed it. I feel like he didn't run away from nothing.
Yeah,
and that's
he ran in towards it.
He ran towards all the smoke, and I like that.
He welcomed the smoke. That's why I've been constantly viewing Will Smith's page to see what's going on.
I feel right in the middle. When I first watched it, I ain't gonna lie. Part of me agreed with what he did, and then part of me, I guess like this PC culture be kicking in, and they be making me feel a way about certain stuff too. Because I was like, damn, I love the way Chris Rock attacked this. You know what I'm saying? He threw all his punches. But then I was like, damn, he like another black man. Did he have to attack it like this? Like, did he have to come in and like tear down Will Smith? Like, cause like, think about Michael and Prince. Think about like all these black greats that they always want to like pit against each other. Like this could have been a moment where he could have totally just was like, I ain't finna go that route. Like, Will is cool. He a black dude. I ain't finna come up here and kill him. We not gonna be at odds.
Fuck that. He smacked it. What do you see? I thought you was going somewhere else with it.
I
So look. So here's one thing.
I just seen it could have went a different way.
That's mine. That's yours. White people don't help each other as much as we think, and we got to stop as black people to fucking. Because I hate to be that type of guy. Because I feel the other side too. Like, don't do this in front of white people, whatever. At the same time, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to like be held to a certain standard where it's like we can't say nothing wrong about a black guy just because we black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I felt that, bro. And I'm just saying, part of me agree with you totally. Like, I love that Chris Rock went up there and said, you bitch.
Everybody called you a bitch.
Everybody, because it was the truth. But part of me was also like, damn, he maybe could have held back. He could have had a moment where he kind of was just like,
oh, I just got smacked. Could Will Smith have held back
from
smacking this nigga at the fucking Oscars?
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy to me. And like the thing, like I thought you was talking about initially.
I promise we gonna curse less YouTube.
I'm sorry, and I thought about it too when I said that. But
I had to say the B word for inflection.
It don't feel right not cursing. Like this is my thoughts, my faults.
I feel you, but we gotta curse less at least. That's all I'm saying.
I'll do what I can. But so initially when it first happened, I was seeing stuff online where it was like everybody was against Chris Rock. It was barely anybody that was supporting Chris Rock. Everybody thought that was hilarious and like funny. And I'm like, that's what y'all get from this? I'm like, this nigga Will is bogus. That's how I felt immediately. I'm like, Will is bogus.
I thought Will was an a-hole immediately.
And I felt bad for Will at the same time too. Cause clearly that was a built up of everything that happened, and he just took it out on Chris Rock. And that's another reason I thought Will's bogus as hell. And
it's
he's
just
lame.
such an odd time to take it out on somebody.
Cause like one, he put everybody and black people. He put black people in a bad predicament.
A tough bind.
Bad predicament. Cause it's no right way to handle the situation. Mm-hmm. Either you defend yourself as a man and look crazy, and think about what the white man and white people say, like, oh, look at these niggas on here fighting at the fucking Oscars. You know, you can't
say nothing. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like he looked like a hoe just letting this man smack him and go sit down. And then as later accept Oscar for Best Picture. Hold on, wait a second. But then another thing, and Chris said it perfectly. He said, everybody talked about you for this. Everybody talked about you for this. And I said something completely different. He didn't make an entanglement joke.
He
said, I love the hair, G.I. Jane or something, whatever. And G.I. Jane was a pretty bald woman. And Jada Pinkett, to her credit, is a pretty bald woman.
For sure.
But you're bald. We can mention it and like
make a joke about it.
That's as tasteful as a joke it could be.
Not even that. You're sitting on the front row of the Oscars. It's not like I just came and you sitting somewhere. You're not even here.
Right.
You're in the front row. I'm about to make jokes about you.
Yes.
You expect it. I'm a comedian.
So then, so boom. And then Chris said that he beat on and he hit him. Mm-hmm. Like he attacked somebody that he knew he could beat.
Right.
And that's the whole vibe that I got from him. He went up there and smacked him and sat back down in the seat. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine him doing that to anybody else?
The Rock, let Matthew McConaughey be up there and him coming up there thinking he could smack somebody.
Matthew McConaughey would have put they would have been tussling.
They would have been tussling for sure.
That's a good fight.
For sure.
That's a good fight. And Matthew McConaughey probably got a few. Nah, they about the same.
They about the same
age, same height, and everything. I thought Chris was hilarious because he said, what did he say? He's like, this man auditioned to be Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
he played Muhammad Ali.
I tried out for that part.
That's what he caught me off guard. Yeah. Like, I didn't predict that. Like he was Muhammad Ali. Like he's like significantly bigger than me.
Yeah.
Like even in animated, I'm a zebra. This man's a shark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Chris came with it. A lot of people said that Chris was not funny. I thought he was very funny.
So talk about that a little bit. Like why people were saying Chris wasn't funny.
People are saying that one, they're biased. Okay. Two, because people, like I said, like when it initially happened, people picked a horse, you know, and like even if you like both, people had a certain like because I didn't know how to feel. I know I felt more so that this nigga Will is bogus, but at the same time, he's sticking up for his wife. At the same time, you bogus. You don't do that. But people are saying that it was not funny. It was just, and that's where the cancel culture comes in. It's like he was up there just venting. I saw a take that said comedians are getting lazy. They're just going up there and they're just talking.
The name of the special was called Selective Outrage.
Selective Outrage.
Right? Okay. Well,
that's you.
Yeah, you
not
tripping.
I don't. I definitely laughed within the first 2 minutes for sure.
I actually laughed all the way
and I'm
through.
a tough critic.
Yeah,
for
I
certain,
laughed
I'm
all
a
the
tough
way
critic.
through. And I was trying not to give him sympathy laughs either.
Yeah.
Like I was being a hard critic and not giving sympathy laughs. He made me laugh. Y'all tweaking. It was some funny jokes in there. Y'all like. So, there is a
Well, it's not straight.
No, I'm not trying to stray. So
comedians, remember what I said? Comedians are getting lazy.
So
inventing.
Dave Chappelle is
they
like
said that Chappelle would get away with it too.
But Chappelle does, but he does it on a higher level than Chris Rock, to the point where it's still funny. But this the thing.
Their voices are different, and your respect for Dave is higher.
Chappelle
and Dave is funnier.
Dave is funnier, but Dave will go on a 5-minute monologue where you don't laugh, and the joke, his punchline would just be so amazing or be like so revealing that it'd just be like, we needed to hear that. Like you don't even look at Dave Chappelle like a comedian in some moments.
They're both. I would give them this. They're probably the darkest comedians we have. Like that I could think of.
I can't say that. Nah, they not. They they kind of fluff.
Are they fluff?
They know how. They just very good at wording situations. Like Dave is a master of words.
Dave is a storyteller.
He's a master storyteller. Like, but
his,
Paul Mooney is more disrespectful than Dave
I didn't
Chappelle.
say disrespectful. I said dark.
He's darker than Dave Chappelle. Dick Gregory is darker than Dave Chappelle. It's a lot of comedians.
Is Paul Mooney still alive? If he is, it don't count because he's not working.
It's a lot of comedians that get on stage and just say some wild stuff and get shock value. They come up there and they craft it to the point where
I'm not saying say wild stuff for shock value. What I'm saying is dark. Think about it. So like the first episode of Chappelle's show had like 2 or 3 very dark things. He was a black, blind, white supremacist.
Okay.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's dark. Like that's a dark level of humor. The Rick James thing. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. We all laughed at that. But this nigga was a full-blown drug addict doing wild things and getting beat on, you know? And it was hilarious. What's some other dark stuff?
I can't
like the baby selling drugs on the corner. He's like at 2:00 in the morning. He's like, "Hey baby, get in the house. I'm selling drugs."
I can't. To me, they don't. It's not dark comedy.
That's dark.
To me, it's like revelations. Like to me, he just be revealing, like crazy consistencies in the world. Like to me, it just be like, yo, did y'all? It'd be like blatant, obvious things that people don't even see. To me, that's what they be doing.
Even like with the police thing, like I feel like all Dave's jokes have a real deep underlying social.
Exactly.
Everything.
I do.
Everything. So when he said, Dave, don't worry about it. I got this. Because like when he got pulled over, the white guy got pulled over for drunk driving.
Right.
Dave, like the black guy is nervous, petrified, whatever. White guys, oh, I didn't know I couldn't do that type shit. You know. Even that has a certain level of dark depth to it. You know, and like just sprinkle some crack on him. Let's get out of here. He hung up pictures of his family and shit.
They're those.
You know what I'm saying? Like the dark, like they go
it's
like
the fact that they give you.
They talk about real societal issues.
They give you. Let me think of the word.
Nobody else talks about real society issues.
It's like, what's the word I'm looking for? They give you food for thought within their jokes. You know what I'm saying? Every comedian can't do that. Some comedians get up there and do a bunch of slapdick jokes. They give you like real food for thought in every single joke.
That's why I say they're the darkest.
I don't think that's just dark though. I don't think that
is.
Just because you can go deep on your joke, I don't think that makes you dark. I think that makes you a high level comedian, but I don't think that make you dark.
Okay, so what do you
just because you're not getting up there and doing dick jokes don't make you dark?
So what do you count as dark? Like a death joke?
Like Andy Kaufman. like weird people. Like dark comedy is like morbid comedy. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't even watch Andy Kaufman. I couldn't get. I don't know anything significant to get it through.
Exactly.
But I don't know if that's dark. I just thought he was just boring.
Even like dry. I think Paul Mooney and them is dark, bro. Like
Paul Mooney is dark for certain.
I don't think Dave Chappelle and them is dark. You know why? Because I think Dave Chappelle and them make it digestible for everybody. Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock can make it with
it's just his voice because he says words like this.
Even so,
he tricks you to think he's not talking about anything.
Yeah,
like think about it. Like when he said if niggas got reparations, you know how bad niggas want reparations. Mm-hmm. He said we will blow it. We would destroy that, and everybody laughed. Mm-hmm. He said it will be 50,000, 500,000 rap labels.
You know why everybody laughed? Because it was the truth.
And it's the dark truth.
That don't make it dark because it's
Would
the
it
truth.
be funny if it really happened?
I don't think that makes it dark because it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Because if that's the case, then comedians are cheating niggas. Like if that's the case, if all a comedian got to get up there,
comedy comes from pain.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If all a comedian has to do is to get up there and say what the status quo is, then they are cheating us. But to me, you got to get up there, say what the status quo is, and you also got to you got to put a spin on it. I would also like a little bit of your life mixed in with what you're telling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just tell me the status quo about everything else in the world. Also mention your life and tell me about, if you want to go dark, tell me about the dark parts of your. Richard Pryor is dark comedy. Richard Pryor telling us about him being on crack cocaine.
Don't bring up Rich when you don't like Rich, bro.
I do, bro. I love him. Richard.
You don't give him no credit, bro.
Okay.
This is some off-camera stuff that he gives.
All right, let's go.
Richard no
let's really
credit.
Get into it now. Live on the Sunset is one of the funniest comedy specials I have ever seen. Richard Pryor movie funny, not all that, and that's all. That's really where it is.
You say he's not the GOAT. He shouldn't even be considered in the GOAT.
I think Dave is better. I'm just saying Dave is past.
It wouldn't be no Dave without Richard though.
That's cool.
And
it wouldn't be no Mike without Magic or a Bird.
No, but considering the times, you don't think Richard is still funny today. And
movie I feel like just movie wise, I think stand up comedy where Rich could do his thing. I think when Rich had to go and be in the bag and be around movie producers and be, you know what I'm saying?
I think pound for pound can't none of them really touch Richard. If you go down to it like
stand up comedy, that Live on the Sunset is fire.
But yes, but that was 50, almost 50 years ago.
It's
Reezy.
Amazing. I'm saying it's funny, bro.
And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like those jokes still hold up today.
Bro, I can go and watch Pimp Chronicles. It's gonna stand up today.
But it's nothing in there of substance for real. It's hilarious. Yes,
it is some substance in Pimp Chronicles.
All right, give me one.
I ain't got him off my head, but there's some substance in there.
He made some weed. He made some weed jokes.
Get you some white friends.
Self-esteem.
Get you some white friends. Self-esteem.
If you ain't got 10 haters by the end of the night, you better.
Come on, bro. He got some heat.
No, but Cat is up there though.
Exactly. Cat is in my top 3.
Cat definitely up there.
He's in my top 3.
But I don't know. I just feel like you don't give Richard his credit.
Not movie wise. He ain't got the movie.
What movies have you seen? Have you ever seen Car Wash?
I've seen a couple movies.
Have you ever seen Car Wash?
I've seen a couple Richard movies.
Have you seen Car Wash?
I don't remember every single Richard movie.
It's the one where they was in the car wash, Reezy.
I don't remember it.
You gotta watch Car Wash. Excellent.
I've seen The Wash with Snoop and Dre.
That's the remake of Car Wash.
Shout out Snoop and Dre.
Yeah,
all right, man, we got more heat. Let's. Do you got some more Will Smith?
We
got some more Chris. Let's go.
We've been just rambling. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, we've been going off. It's wild.
But
First
this is a podcast.
Hopefully,
I hope you're interested. Hope you're entertained.
Okay, so what else about Rock you want to talk about?
The fact that he didn't shy away. We hit on it earlier.
Yeah, we talked about him not being a punk.
Ready. Are you curious to see what's gonna happen?
Will Smith's not gonna say nothing. Will Smith is gonna drop Bad Boys 4. Watch what's gonna happen. Will Smith gonna drop Bad Boys 4, and we will never hear another word about this probably. But we did. You know what I wanted to
actually took it there this time. If he smacked him over a G.I. Jane joke because he had a mood and had an attitude, imagine what he's gonna say now.
We equal.
He said
we equal. You smacked me in front of the world. I called you a bitch in front of the world. I'm sorry, YouTube. I called you a B word in front of the world. We even. That's the game.
So how do you feel about the people that think that Chris is a bitch for not doing nothing?
But this is what Chris threw away for life. Him and Will never be cool again because if you know Will,
I can't say that.
No, I'm telling you,
life is long.
I know
hopefully.
Will Smith. I don't know Will Smith, but I think I know Will Smith, and Will Smith ain't folding. They will never be cool again because Will gonna be like, you could have handled that differently. If Chris would have handled it the way I said, and maybe like held back, chilled, but he went up there and called him a B-word. He disrespected
So do you
him
think?
again.
Okay, how about this? That could be true. So how about this? Do you think, which is probably real likely, if they had a fault at the Grammys, would they be cool again?
Yeah.
You see that more likely,
Yep,
right?
Yep. Got it done with. Me and you got in a fight, and it was over with. Think about it.
And I look at people crazy if they don't fight their friends,
You know what I'm saying?
and still don't love their friends.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would never hit you in the face.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I
Exactly.
haven't got to that point where I would, like, I don't know how that would go. If one of my friends hit me in the fucking face.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know?
I feel you. You did fought a couple friends though. That's good, you know.
And I hit one of my friends in the face.
Hey, hey.
So we not really friends like that no more either.
See what I'm saying? Hey, so, hey.
But another thing.
Oh no, we was talking about Jaden Smith.
Jaden, how does Jaden feel? Because he brought up a great point.
He brought up a great point about,
and that's why I think it was good. Like, he wasn't just venting. He
your
said a lot of smart.
son's friend. Jaden Smith was low key on a roll. You brought that up, and I didn't even think about that point. Jaden Smith was on a
Jaden
roll
was gonna take over the world
before that situation happened. He was killing in music. He had the inside track on the movies. The man was. He did the new Karate
He's a better
Kid.
actor than his dad.
I ain't you read.
He hasn't worked enough.
We're gonna relax now.
As
Relax.
we never seen
here.
Will as a kid actor. We never seen Will as a kid actor.
We did, bro. He was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
He wasn't a child. He was a teenager. He was already a rapper by then. So he was probably in his 20s.
6 Degrees of Separation. That was his first movie.
How old was he?
Was that before or after Fresh Prince? I wonder. Let's check.
I guarantee you it was after. Because Quincy Jones put him on Fresh Prince. He was a rapper first. And I would think in the 80s, if you were a rapper, you were probably in your early 20s. I don't think he was 18 or nothing like that. I think he was in his, well, he might have been 16, 17, 18, 19.
1993.
Yeah, that's way after Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince came out in the 80s, for certain. He wasn't a child. We saw Jaden when he was like 6 years old, is what I'm saying. Pursuit of Happiness. Did he not kill that as a child?
He did great.
He did amazing. And it proved to me he's better than his dad already.
Okay, so Fresh Prince was definitely before. Yeah.
And when did you regard Will as a good actor, to be honest?
I've just grew up in an age where
You
Will
liked
Smith has
Will.
been the greatest actor ever. I mean,
He wasn't. He was
bro,
never the greatest actor ever.
Not the greatest. I've just grew up in a world where Will Smith is Will Smith.
Will Smith is always
I
been
can
Will
remember
Smith.
going to the show.
We haven't lived a day without Will Smith being Will Smith.
I can remember
You need
going to
realize
the
that.
movie theater to going to see Bad Boys as a little kid, and
I remember
being
going to see
one
Wild
of
Wild West. That's my first Will
and
Smith.
Bad Boys being
movie
like
moment.
one of the greatest
Or
films.
it was Men in Black. It might have been Men in Black.
Dude, Bad Boys looked so amazing as a kid in the movie theater. It was
They
like,
was very cool.
They are so cool.
He was
bro.
one of the
Like,
coolest
what?
niggas of all time.
Like what? Will Smith is amazing, and he only made hits. So yeah, he's always been that guy. So that's why I was.
But I never held him in that actor regard. Legit.
I mean, as I got older, I realized that Will Smith wasn't the Oscar-winning actor. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not a
He's
Denzel
definitely
actor.
capable. Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's not a Denzel.
Not even close.
But he's
His
great.
contemporaries, I put a lot of people over him.
But also, as I got older, I realized that actors take different routes in their career. So Will Smith went more the action movie route.
Yeah. That's because he had the action movie physique.
You know what I'm saying?
And probably less talent.
And Denzel went more of a drama route. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show my dramatic range. I'm gonna show that I can be funny. I'm gonna show.
But
that
Denzel does action too.
Yeah, but that's just because he wants to do it and he's Denzel now. It's not because like he
Then
wants to show
first
his
movie-
acting chops.
His first movie was an action movie. Do we count?
Those are like honestly, Denzel he's doing action movies because he want to cash out. Let's keep it real, bro. Like Equalizer is like I just want to cash out on a couple dollars. I want to make some movies for some money.
You ever seen Born on the 4th of July with him and
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
No, is it Tom?
That's Tom Cruise.
Or
That's
is
not
that
Denzel.
Michael?
Born on the 4th of July is Tom Cruise.
Or is it the fucking dude that played in
That's Tom Cruise.
Ferris Bueller?
It's Tom Cruise.
I don't think it's Tom Cruise.
Born on the 4th of July is Tom Cruise. You talking about the Army vet movie, right?
Okay, that's not the name of the movie. What's the name of the movie where Denzel was a slave?
Oh, you talking about?
It's not Cry Freedom. That's his other movie.
You talking about Oh, you talking about
That's then his first movie.
How we forgetting this, bro?
We can edit this out.
Yeah.
We got to figure it out though. It's one of his first movies. It's where he did the
I
single
can't believe,
tier.
Yeah. I can't believe it. I forget.
Glory.
1989.
That's what Matthew.
Glory was great.
Is that
Glory was great.
Is that an action movie?
No.
Or is that a drama movie?
Drama.
But it's a war movie.
I I might even classify it as that instead of action. Like I might classify it as war. I wouldn't say action though.
What the fuck is war?
It just wasn't like a super. Come on,
Yeah,
bro. It
true.
wasn't The Equalizer. Like, come on.
Yeah.
We know what an action movie is.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Come on.
Did you watch Two Guns? I watched Two Guns of the
Two
night.
Guns
It was
alright.
fucking great.
It was alright.
I loved
It was
that
alright.
movie. It was
I'm
great.
rock with it. It was alright.
Great. Okay, cool.
Denzel can even make some like low key side flicks. It's not even. You know,
Even his side flicks are
they solid.
decent because it's him.
Out, you see Out of Time before him and Sanaa Lathan. Out of Time. It's a low key Denzel. Everybody has not seen it. He was like a cop in like
you
a
made me think about
small.
Man on Fire. I wish
He was
you
like a
had
cop in a
more
small
time.
fire town. Yeah, Man on Fire was pretty dope too.
Nah, Denzel could do anything.
All right, so we just totally went off topic again. Will Smith, Jada Pinkett. We was talking about
Jaden. How does Jaden feel? How would you feel if your mom fucked me?
Yeah. I would have to. It just feel like I want to kill you.
Or would you be mad at your mom?
Both. I don't even know how
But
to.
you love your mom unconditionally.
I don't even know how to think about that.
It's terrible. It's a terrible thought.
It's terrible. It's a terrible thought.
But okay, that's worse. Let's say I'm a new friend. What if your mom fucked Ken?
Sick. Still
Disgusted,
sick.
right?
Disgusted.
And then how would you feel if your mom
Disgusting.
went on TV and
told her this. It told everybody that. You know what I'm saying?
something that we had nothing to know? We would have never knew about it.
Man, this family's weird.
Went on there with your sister, your grandma, and your dad, and
Family's weird.
like that's another thing that Chris said. He's like, no, everybody's been cheated on, but no one in this room has ever been cheated on and had been interviewed by the person that cheated on him.
Right, that's
I was sucking
insane.
another dick. How did that make you feel?
Like what? Like,
He said, I normally don't talk about this, but these people decided to put it on the internet.
and you know what's crazy? This whole thing might even be dead if Will Smith would have just went up there like, yo, I be smashing her. So our relationship is different. You know what I'm saying? If Will would have went up there like, yo, I was smashing Margaret Robbie, I was smashing so and so and so, I was smashing so and so.
Yeah,
Like this is
that
how
definitely helps.
This is how we get down.
It definitely helps.
But Will Smith just went up there and looked like an idiot and
But-
didn't talk about.
Beyond all the crazy poon that we know that Will could get because he's Will Smith, aged very well and super rich. There's
Yeah.
not many people as rich as him.
Yeah.
It was always because we expect that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a thing. I don't know if you heard this, but for a while growing up, I heard that Will got a little thing with boys and younger boys at that.
Never heard
You
that.
never heard that. You never heard that Will was gay?
I heard they were swingers. Never heard nothing about him liking little boys and nothing like that. I'm not even
well,
gonna put that on Will.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Can't do it.
I heard it.
Can't you do it?
So that changed my opinion on the nigga early.
Can't put it on Will. I'm not
at
going.
an early age. Because one of my homies, daddy was a limo driver.
I'm cutting this out.
That's good information.
I'm
Juicy
cutting this
bit,
out.
Juicy
I'm cutting this
tidbit.
out. We not going no more further on this. Let's go. Let's next
You think
topic.
Will going to obliterate us?
I'm done. We just went 30 minutes on Will Smith
On Will
and
Smith.
Chris Rock. But hey, this is what I do want to say. Go watch the Netflix special, y'all.
Yeah, it was
I thought
worth
it
the
was
watch.
funny. I enjoyed it thoroughly. You know
Do
what
you
I'm
think
saying?
comedians are getting lazy, though? Let's talk about that real quick. Let's wrap that up. Maybe just another clip.
No,
Do you
I think they adjusting. I think a comedian's job, if you at that level of a Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, is to adjust the status quo in the world, and I think that's exactly what
Stop
they
saying
doing.
cliches. How about this? Do you think they're just up there venting?
If you venting about the world problems and it's not just your personal problems, I'm cool with it.
But I thought you liked the.
I relate to it.
You like the personal problem, so you just like a little bit of personality,
Just a little bit, you know what I'm
like
saying?
that behind the scenes thing.
Yeah, pull the curtain down on yourself.
But even though it's for the world to see,
I'm
that's the
with
shit that they okay with pulling the curtain down for.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about this? I thought that, and I was like, hasn't it always been that?
What
Going
comedians?
up there and talking.
Exactly. So
That's what it's
about
supposed
what
to
the
be.
world events are. What's going on in the world. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what are we
So I'm
talking about?
Oh, go to therapy. I'm like, well, come on, bro. Like, this is their therapy.
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
this is their gift to us.
And if anything, with the way the world going right now,
And I'm like, bro, it's not. It's hard. Like, if you want somebody to not talk about their life, it's incredibly hard to be funny and actually mean something if people can't relate to it. You know,
exactly.
like, because every joke has been told.
So you just want me
know?
to go up there and say a bunch of cookie
Just
cutter jokes
make
that I
a
can't
make a
relate
fool
to.
of myself.
You know what I'm
Yeah, like,
saying?
because cookie cutter jokes are not going to be funny.
You basically want me to go up there and be like physically funny.
Do you know what the most amazing thing to me is? Like Disney movies, how they make me laugh with no curse words and no like real sexual.
No, that's amazing.
Like that's like they're the greatest comedians, you know, like because that's hard.
Yeah.
Because like if you can make a grown kid,
Oh no,
a
think
grown
about
person
when you think about the Disney movies that are made for like the parent and the kid to watch in the movie theater.
they have to
like
be.
you have to have slight innuendos, but you also could have to be like safe as hell. Like you can't be talking about no crazy sexual
And
stuff.
Disney's
Like
always been dark too.
You
Like
know,
low key,
Disney's
you just
dark,
didn't notice
mad
it.
dark, you know
Like
what I'm saying?
Lion
Until you
King
get
is dark.
Yeah.
Pocahontas dark as hell.
Yeah.
They rolled over that shit quick. Goddamn Mulan dark.
Mulan was amazing. It's
Little
one of my
Mermaid,
favorite Disney
very
movies.
sad.
Mulan is one of my favorite Disney movies to this day, man.
Cause of Eddie.
Eddie was great in that, but just not just because of Eddie. It's just amazing. I love the whole everything.
Do you like the transgender aspect of that? Because they make Mulan today.
You know what's crazy about Mulan is I never thought about that being when I was a kid. They
Of
made
course
it,
you wouldn't,
and I
'cause it
didn't
made
even
sense.
think it made sense. It just made so like
Because she wasn't doing it for no, I think I'm this. She just wanted to fight.
she didn't want to. She was protecting her father. Remember?
Yeah, and she wanted to fight. She wanted to be a warrior.
I just thought it was cool.
yeah.
Chris Rock attacked the trans. You know, he didn't attack the trans, but he
attacked him. Oh God,
came
they
at
attacked,
us.
attacked the trans.
You
You
know what
mentioned
I'm
the trans joke. I was like, oh, he on this Dave shit.
yeah.
You want to bring it, but it's a thing.
So if I have to say anything about my Chris Rock thing, it was to me it was a Dave Chappelle attempt.
you had some jokes written down. You want to talk about the jokes written down?
Just I thought the Lululemon stuff was funny. The white man losing they top at the Capitol was hilarious. I thought that was funny.
That joke was so funny that I had to go back to the Capitol HBO special
Yeah.
and look at the part where they dragged the policeman out there. He's like,
they
we got one.
They was losing their top in there, bro. Like I thought that white man Planet of the Apes stuff was funny, bro. Lululemon stuff was hilarious too.
It was something that actually really made me
Oh, the
laugh.
Elon Musk
Elon Musk thing was
Oh
good.
man, he killed
It was
that.
something that,
He
so
killed
that it was something that caught me off guard, and it really surprised me. That made me happy that I was like ambushed
Yeah.
by a joke.
Yeah.
Especially because like me, I look at shit a different way. Because like one, I think I'm so smart that I predict everything, and two, I'm coming from a comedy aspect of trying to like how to do stand up or like whatever, blah blah blah. So I don't give it I give stuff credit, but it still won't make me like laugh. Like I'll laugh, but like nothing genuinely, something really genuinely made me laugh. There, he's like, what was he talking about? I don't know if he was talking about kids. Think about some other stuff that was.
Meghan Markle was hilarious.
No, that wasn't it. It was later in the thing. It was before he got to the wheel stuff. Was it with his daughter?
He was talking about his mom and how his mom she used to go to the vet to be a dentist. You
that
know,
wasn't
for the
funny.
dentist. That
That
stuff
wasn't
was you
That
know what
wasn't
I'm
funny.
saying?
That was dark, but it wasn't funny.
Oh no, he talked about he got his daughter kicked out of school.
Mhm.
That was pretty funny too.
That was okay.
That was pretty
It was
funny.
something
I
else.
thought that was dope.
Damn, it's on the tip of my fucking tongue. Overall, whatever. But was it Walmart? It was something to do with a store.
I don't know. Maybe we'll come back.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
All right,
Anyway, we
so-
just went through 40 minutes of just
40 minutes of just
nonsense
total-
on one topic.
Exactly.
As I told you, this man was calling me today talking about we need hella topics. I'm like, no, we haven't done this in a while. We need to just talk.
Yeah.
And topics will come out of nowhere.
It's valid.
You know what I'm
I didn't think we
saying?
could get 38
And you
minutes
got
out of that.
17 things we're never going to get to.